of my life about 2 years ago and almost 3 years ago. And if I took my pump cover off, you guys, ladies, you'd have to turn your eyes. Guys, you'd be wide-eyed. I mean, I looked incredible. I put in so much work for my honeymoon bod, y'all. I would diet. I wouldn't have desserts with Ani. She hated it, but then she liked it, if you know what I'm saying. I would work out. I look so good, guys. I'm actually going to show y'all a photo of what my abs look like, okay? You probably haven't seen this in a Stumo night talk, or a Stumo training or talk. It's pretty out there, but I felt so confident that this would aid this training that I had to show you guys. Okay, girls? This is a little PG-13, but this is what I looked like. It was incredible. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pack.
Yeah, I remember that.
I look so good, guys. I look so good. I don't remember if there's a slide after that, so I'm just going to go back to, help y'all's eyes. But guys, I didn't look like that. I didn't get my honeymoon bod by taking a magic pill. I didn't get it through this one incredible workout. No, I put in work day in and day out, week after week. I was disciplined. It was routine over and over and over and over again. And just as I didn't get my 10-pack in a singular workout, you will not make disciples through a singular friendship or gospel sharing.
Okay.
No, in order to multiply mature laborers, in order for you to make disciples, you are going to have to sow broadly this fall.
Yeah.
Sow broadly. All right, sow broadly is actually one of Stumo's 10 ministry principles, and this is the definition. Okay, it's the second blank after the engage part. The definition is initiating relationships, sharing the gospel, and giving opportunities to grow to as many students as effectively possible. And so, what we're about to enter into for our ministry season is called sowing season.
Yeah.
During sowing season, this first month of school, we're trying to initiate as many relationships as possible, giving opportunities to grow that lead to one-to-one gospel shares, where you share the Romans 6:23 and invite people to turn and trust in Jesus. And if we zoom out, I want to show you guys where this fits into our process of multiplying mature laborers. That came early, but this is our vision. Y'all have heard this. Our vision is to multiply mature laborers. This is our strategy to do that. A lot of you guys have seen this vision illustration. We share it a lot. But we want to take people from the lost world to new believer, mature disciple, and laborer. In sowing season and sowing broadly, it really fits in this first baseline from lost world to new believer. And so to engage is to engage people to build friendships and share the gospel. This engage season, or this phase of the process, is when you're engaging people in friendships and the gospel. So a major question that you guys should be asking this fall is, how can I give myself the greatest chance of bringing my lost friends into a relationship with Jesus? Well, how can I give myself the best chance of actually leading the people I care about into a relationship with God? And the short answer is, you sow, that's the question, you sow broadly. You sow broadly. You initiate relationships, provide opportunities to grow, and share the gospel. And so before I tell you guys how that looks for your lives and for the next month, for both staff and you guys, I want to share why this is such an important focus area for us for the first month of school every single year. First reason why we sow broadly is because we reap in proportion to what we sow. We reap in proportion to what we sow. 2 Corinthians 9:6 says, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly. Whoever sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. If you just throw one seed into a field, you're not going to see a harvest. If you throw 1,000,000 seeds into a field, you're guaranteed to see a harvest. So this is a fact of life, y'all. The more that we sow relationships and the gospel, the more likely we will see people come into a relationship with the Lord. Second, without sowing, there is no harvest to reap. If we don't sow for this first month of school, there's probably not going to be many people going to SMC with us, even less Calais, even less this room. So Proverbs 20 verse 4 says, "The sluggard does not plow in the autumn, he does not sow in the autumn. He will seek at harvest. He'll have nothing." I don't want us to be sluggards. If you don't put in the work for this next month of school or so to initiate new relationships who you can then begin to process and share the gospel with, it's going to be a lot harder to make disciples and be in the game the rest of the semester and the rest of the year. And so those are two big reasons why we sow broadly. And if I had to summarize why sow broadly, it's because of this. To see the kingdom grow, we must sow. We must sow friendships. We must sow the gospel. And those things are going to be a key focus for us as a movement for the next month. So let's get practical. Let's look at the how to sow broadly. There's going to be 3 steps for each of us to take in order to sow broadly, see the kingdom grow, and multiply our lives. First way to do it is to build friendships. Build friendships. The bullets below that number are as follows. Spend time with actives who don't know Christ. Go to rush events, guys. Take advantage of work week girls. Talk to the girl that you haven't spoken with, who's crazy and you wouldn't imagine having a spiritual conversation with. Like the DCs a year ago. It's like if Kaylin was in work week, she'd be like, these girls I want to talk to because they don't know Jesus. All right, talk to those sort of people. If you are looking to join a target area of ministry, go to those recruitment events, the organizations, even if you don't end up being a part of it, like start to meet people, initiate those friendships. And here's a big key as you guys are building friendships with other people. Identify with Christ early. What I mean by that is, tell them how you follow Jesus. Tell them what you did this summer. Tell them you're involved in STUMO. Ask them about their faith, if they have a faith, what it looked like growing up, what it looks like now. If you start to build friendships, and not just 1 or 2, but start to meet more and more people, you're going to increase the chances of you multiplying your life spiritually. So first thing is to build friendships. Secondly, provide opportunities to grow as you're building these friendships with people around you. Here's some opportunities you can easily give your friends. STUMO nights. The next one is August 26th, the second day of class. Yeah. Hang out with Christian community. Invite them to the move of playing pickleball or the greenhouse or whatever y'all are doing. The meat house. I don't like saying that. That feels weird. It's weird.
It's a bunch of stuff.
Hey, invite them to church with you guys. Like, if they are interested and you have an interest, like, if they show you that they want to take steps, invite them to church with you guys. Have a one-to-one spiritual interest appointment or a gospel appointment with them. And if they're wanting to grow. If they are wanting to grow. And so here's a major key. Always leave with a next step invitation. If you're talking to someone during work week, girls, and you're building that friendship, give them an opportunity to take a step further towards exploring Jesus with you. It could be dessert later with some fellowship. It could be church on Sunday. It could be coffee after work week. There's so many opportunities for you guys to give an opportunity for people to grow. Here, last one. Share the gospel. It's the last step to take to sow broadly. So this is when we get to shoot some shots. This is when we get to see if the seed of the gospel is falling on that good soil. So after a spiritual interest conversation or appointment, rip the G, baby! Don't hold back!
Yeah.
If your friend is spiritually interested, rip the G. Okay? If your friend is not spiritually interested and they don't give a crap,
Rip the G.
don't rip the G. Like build some trust. Build some trust, right? They're going to be like, why are you telling me this? I hate you even more. Don't delay ripping the G, though. Share if there's interest. If people are hungry to know, like, don't wait. Share the gospel. And then give a clear and confident decision opportunity every time. Don't be timid. Don't be cowardly. You are asking them a question of eternal significance, and you're doing it out of deep care and love for them. And if you're not if your motive is not 100% pure, that's okay. They still need to answer that question. Like whether you feel it or not, they need to answer that question. So here's the key: never assume. Always give the DO. Even if they're giving all the Christian answers, it sounds like they might have come to faith. Still ask them if they want to turn and trust, because have them tell you if they've made that decision or not. Don't make it for them. Have them tell you. So let's take a quick minute to see what this looks like in real life. All right? In real life. What does sowing look like? For me, this is my strategy. I'm going to meet Billy on campus, probably at a dining hall, first week of school. I'm going to invite Billy to the next STUMO event or Bible study. I'll invite him to the STUMO. If he comes, I'm going to see, if the week following or 2 weeks after, he wants to go grab lunch. And during an interest appointment, by the way, we're going to help coach you guys more. But you're really just sharing your testimony and getting to know that student's spiritual background, their interests, like if they want to take steps to grow. And you're seeing if they want you to help lead them further towards Christ or in a relationship with Christ. And then fourth, if he's interested, next time I invite him to hang out, I'm going to rip the gospel. I'm going to give him an opportunity to turn and trust in Jesus. Yeah. That's what it looks like in real life. But I also want y'all to see what sowing broadly looks like in the lives of a student. And so here's Kenny's sowing strategy that she told me. Oh yeah, she didn't tell me this. I'm just using her as an example. So Kenny's about to start work week, right? She's going to meet Party Penelope. Right? Crazy girl, like off the freaking rocker. She's going to invite Party Penelope to play pickleball with STUMO community on Friday. Then Kenny's going to have a coffee and spiritual interest appointment the next week. She's going to share her testimony and get to know Party Penelope better. And then if Party Penelope's interested, they're going to have lunch together next week, and Kenny's going to give her a clear opportunity to turn and trust in Jesus. It's that easy. Sowing broadly is not rocket science. This is all you're going to need to do. Build friendships, give them the next step opportunity, and then do what you know to do. Share the gospel, because it is the gospel that is the power of God for salvation to everyone who believes. Yeah. Don't be ashamed, and give them the opportunity to experience the power of salvation through sharing the gospel. I don't want us to be trigger shy. And we do that because to see the kingdom grow, we got to sow. So, for the next half of this training, I'm going to teach you guys one additional tool to the gospel, to the Romans 6:23 bridge illustration. If you are coming back into DMG for your second year, you already know this, and it's called the 3 camps. But for those of you who were just at Kaleo or here for the first time, I want to teach you guys a tool that's really going to help you in bringing people to faith. And so this 3 camps tool, it helps you evaluate whether someone really understands the decision to turn and trust or not. It's going to help you discern if they really want to turn and trust or not. Because oftentimes people will say yes when you give them a DO, but they don't really know what they're saying yes to. And this 3 camps little tool is going to help them understand, okay, am I actually ready to give my life to Christ? So I'm going to teach you guys it as if I'm running through with a student right now. Here is what it's going to look like. Someone, after I share the bridge, someone says, yes, I want to turn and trust in Jesus. And I say, that's awesome. Praise God. When people say yes, they usually fall into one of these 3 camps. I'm going to explain each one and then tell you. And then you tell me which one you most closely identify with. All right? Camp 1. I'm going to draw a circle right here. Camp 1 is, yes, I want to turn and trust in Jesus eventually, but not today. I like the idea, but I'm not ready. That's Camp 1. Camp 2, I'm going to draw a circle right here next to the bridge, really close to it. And I'm going to say, Camp 2 is, yes, I want to turn and trust in Jesus, but I'm not ready to give Jesus control of my life. I'm still holding on to some sin that I'm not ready to surrender. That's not what it means to turn and trust. You're like 90% ready to follow Jesus, but like you aren't actually ready to turn and trust. That's Camp 2. And then in Camp 3, I'll draw a circle on the other side of the bridge. I'll say Camp 3 is, yes, I want to turn and trust in Jesus with my life today. I want him to take control and sit on the throne of my life. I am ready to change any part of my life and follow Jesus. That's true faith. So what I want us to do for the next 10 minutes is to get in pairs and practice. Might need to brush off some of the dust of sharing the gospel. If you're here and you haven't learned how to share the bridge, sit in and watch someone do that, or get with a spiritual leader and have them teach you as much as they can in 10 minutes. But I want y'all to share the bridge, and I'm going to give you the template to write it out and practice, and use the 3 camps at the end. You guys are going to need to move kind of quick, so make sure you're under 5 minutes per person. But go ahead and partner up in just pairs and get a little practice in sharing the bridge. Oops, I'll go backwards. And use the 3 camps. I actually gave you guys the cheat sheet on your